Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Aussie Tech Heads. It's episode 598, creeping ever so close. It's always good to notch another milestone, another century of episodes. I'll tell you what, that's a few, isn't it? 600 is quite a lot, but at the moment this week 598. It is the 23rd of August 2018, and thankfully winter is coming to a close. It's been quite cold up here on the Gold Coast. I could imagine. I know people further south are going, you don't know what cold is, and we probably don't, but it has been 10 degrees overnight, which is cool. So have to put the heater on for that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's what we're doing. They reckon it's going to rain months rain in 3 days or something they're predicting, so we'll see how that goes for us. But yes, so welcome to the show. We've got a great show this week, plenty of stories and plenty of chit chat. We are brought to you by athwebhosting.com.au. We do immediate activation SSL certificates, Aussie support, domain registration, and easy install WordPress, a Joomla, and Drupal, to name but three. You can install like 300 odd scripts, from bulletin boards to survey software to customer management software. Heaps of scripts. There's 300 of them, or more than 300. Just go through what you want to look for and what you feel like you want to install and have a go at. There's just heaps and heaps of stuff to help you through your productive day, increase your productivity online. And they all sit up in your little hosting space, and that's where they operate from. So it's all pretty good. Rightio, we also, yes, you can do the AussieTechRadio.com if you got the TuneIn Radio app, or if you haven't, you download it and cross-platform search for Aussie Tech Radio, and it's a wall-to-wall 24/7 Aussie podcast radio station. And it's just podcasts that we've collected through the week, tech-related, and we just put them into like a round robin. It just goes 24/7 for a week. New shows every Friday. So if you tune in every Friday, you will get new shows for that week. Facebook, like us at facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, and subscribe at youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. And the web page is aussietechheads.com.au/podcast. Show notes are there if you think you want to go further with more information into the stories. Most of the stories that we talk about, we do put links up on the web page. All right. What else? Don't forget the other shows. We have the Aussie Mac Zone. Just did their 500th. Oh, was it that? No, their 250th or something. I don't know. I forget. I was on it and I forget what it was. I think it was 200 or 250. 250, I think it was. My Tech Opinion, the Aussie Tech Crypto, and join in and listen to all those shows, and wacky do. They love it. All right, let's introduce who we've got on this week, and it's the same old crew. You get to know them pretty well by now. Joe and Jordan. Let's go to Jordan. Hey, Jordan.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. What's been happening with you? Anything exciting?
No, not really. Just a slow week, enjoying that cold weather you're talking about. I'm getting it down here in Victoria, can assure you.
Right.
It's freezing.
What's
freezing? Ice on the grass in the mornings, the windows.
Oh, yeah. What's freezing for a Victorian? 5 degrees? 2 degrees?
Oh, I reckon we're getting lower than that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what it was. I just know it was cold.
I get out of bed, get bitten by the cold, and I'm straight on the thing looking at the temperature. I'm going, this is not right. Yeah. And how about you, Joe? What's cold for Sydney?
Yeah, hey, how you going, Glenn?
Good, thanks.
At the moment, it's down at the 9s and 10s.
Oh yes, yeah, that's cool, isn't it? That's getting down there. The winter is coming to an end, and so is the footy season. So, yes.
I reckon we've had a great snow season, though.
Oh, right. Well, that's good. Always wish the best for the guys down there, because, that only happens once a year. So, yeah, hopefully they get the snow, all that they want. So have a bumper of a season. That'd be good. All right. Let's kick off with the demise of Windows 8.1, if you haven't already known. What would you be doing with 8.1 on your machine anyway, I ask? But anyway, if you still got it, Microsoft is going to stop security updates and stop developers selling apps on the store on October 31st this year. Developers will still be able to update their apps, but they will stop distributing updates and whatever for all their devices 8.1. So I don't know, is anyone here using 8.1? Jordan, you'd have an 8.1 around, wouldn't you?
To be honest, I can't stand 8.1. Everyone criticises Windows. I still can't get over how many people criticise Windows 10. But to me, the Metro, I think Windows 8 and Windows 10 are very different. Windows 8, yeah, No, it wasn't very good. It was really just awkward. So as soon as it changed and we had Windows 10, I was out of there. I was gone.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
pretty
Windows.
much the same.
Yeah,
As soon as I had the Windows 8 come up on my computer, I said, no, I don't like this. I wanted to change back to 7, but I just left it there anyway. But I'm so glad Windows 10 came along.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I went through the motions because it's like fixing them. Like you got to sort of keep up with everything. And look, I didn't mind 8. Yes, the removal of the start button was a problem, but then once you realise that the start button, you push the Windows key and the whole screen became your start button. I sort of got over that. So 8.1 was okay, but yeah, 10's a lot easier. It's a lot.
It was meant to be tablet friendly, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's where that started. That's right. Back with Steve Ballmer, he goes, he wanted everything tablet friendly, and which I guess that's right. It should be, but I think they designed the Windows 8 to be tablet friendly, but desktop unfriendly. And then because the original version of 8, it booted up into the Metro style, and then people just didn't know what to do.
I'm running Windows 10 on my tablet, and I got to say, it's not really that tablet friendly either. I mean, it's okay, but it could be better.
Yeah. Like I've got a like a Lenovo laptop that will that sort of you push the keyboard back around over itself, becomes a tablet, and look, I can use it as a tablet, but it's still easier to use as a computer, as a laptop. I think if you want a tablet, you get an iPad or something like that, don't you? Or an Android
pretty much
pad or whatever they want to call them. Yeah, but anyway, Windows. Look, let's have another look at it. There's a little picture for those on the YouTube. Little picture of Windows.
Ooh, put that in the box with Vista.
Yeah, yes. Now,
I think when I had Windows 8, I used that. What was that classic shell or whatever it was, start menu that you could download for the old Windows 7.
I used
start
to.
Menu.
Every computer I went to that had classic shell, I uninstalled it. I never liked it.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was a pearler just to get out of that Metro.
Oh, look, I reckon it was causing more trouble than what it was worth. But well, this is like later on when Microsoft decided, well, we'll put the start button back, which made a big difference. And the other big difference was they let you boot up into the desktop rather than booting up straight into Metro. So that made a difference. And then classic shell for me, out you go.
They also had a lot of problems with drivers and stuff like that, didn't they?
Yes, that's right, because I think it was a big shift from the Windows 7. And there was. Look, I had a server built on Windows 8.
Will be fixed up in Windows 10 though.
Yeah, look, Windows 10's kicking it, isn't it? It's Windows 10 will be the final version, and we'll just be like OS X. It'll be just 10.120 and all this sort of jazz.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, look, but you're right. Anybody using it need to get off it. Anybody out there got Windows 8 on their machine?
It'll be interesting to know, though, if you are using Windows 8 or 8.1, whether they still allow you to upgrade to Windows 10 for free. I reckon they should.
I don't think they do. I know there was a way you could do it over that time, the cut-off time. You used to be able to go through accessibility options and then install it that way. I'm not too sure if you put in a 10, you can... I don't think you can put in a 7 key. I don't think you can. I think the time is finished. It's
funny.
Over.
I had a friend tell me, an old tech friend from way back told me that he had the original... what do they call it? The Windows Updater, the little application, the Windows Updater that you download. He had the original one. He reckons he still updates for free. I don't know whether I believe it or not, but he said he still updates as long as he uses that same updater that he downloaded initially in the free days.
Right.
He can still get it for free.
Oh, yeah, right.
Update. I don't know if that's true. He'd probably pull on my leg. But
yeah, look, I just Googled just for the hell of it. I just Googled Windows 98 penetration to see if there's any results. I couldn't see too many. I just wanted to see if there was any Windows 98 still kicking around. There probably is, in someone's cupboard somewhere. We all know there's heaps of XPs kicking around. But
that's amazing, isn't it? It's still a great... I've got a couple of those just virtual machines XP, but I don't have an actual machine.
No, that's right. I think, look, let's have a look here. Here's the Windows 98. Here's what it's like to use Windows 98 PC in 2017. All right, what's this website here? Oh, yeah, there we go. Windows 98 stretched to a widescreen. Yeah. All right, isn't that good? Is this usable? All right, let's play this video. I know that. We'll just see if it's any good. I'll describe what's going on.
I'm still using Windows 98 on my jukebox. It seems to work well still.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
On your jukebox?
Yeah, I got a karaoke/jukebox machine, and it's running Windows 98.
Wow.
What sort of hardware you got on that?
Oh, I've got really that old dual core stuff. You know, I mean the old stuff, not quad core or anything like that.
Right. Remember in the old days, you used to put on a DOS game or something. If you put it onto a later machine, then it would run really fast, because it used to compile or just execute the code faster, and the game would just be in like fast forward mode. But
yeah, so I'm actually going to upgrade it now. I might upgrade it to Windows 7. I think that'll be the go with it.
Yeah. I've got Windows 8 on the shelf here. I've got a couple of copies of that. I don't know why I've got so many, but I have. I've got some XP, got some 95s. I got my first 95 I bought from Harvey Norman. I remember lining up for it. That's how I was lining up before the Apple fanboys were. Don't talk to me about lining up. Lining up back in 95, getting ready for the Windows. Yeah, so I
think I've still got a couple of Windows 95 discs unopened somewhere.
Yeah, right. Because I think I don't have them on. I don't have 95 on floppy. You mean you got them on floppy?
No, that's didn't it come out with a CD?
Yes, yeah. I think you could.
I think I got a CD somewhere still in the wrap. I can't remember where I put it now, but I think I got one somewhere still in the wrap.
Yeah. So mine's not in the wrap, but I think you could have. I think you could get Windows 95 in floppies. I think it was like about 20, but I think you could get a version in floppies. Yeah. But anyway, that's how long ago is that now? 20 years ago, 20 years ago. Jeez, time flies when you're having fun. All right. Let's move on to. Let's find out what else is going on. Jordan, what have you got? Anything 95 related? Probably not.
No. Might in the cupboard somewhere, but
yes. What have you got this week?
Does anyone remember the song that they promoted when Windows 95 started?
Was Rolling Stones? Was that the one? Start Me Up.
That's the one.
Yeah. Do you remember Steve Ballmer dancing around to it?
That was funny. That I actually liked that. That was a great commercial.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find this on the YouTube because that was pretty funny. Windows 95 launch. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear this. But we won't listen to it. But we'll watch it. And it's it's quite funny.
That's really cool.
All those old machines there. They're not too bad by the look of it. Oh, what was that? Expedia? Microsoft Expedia? Microsoft, look at it all, eh? It's going fast. Start connecting. Pictures of trains. Oh, look at that laptop on the train.
Yeah.
Oh, they loved it. Look at all those bloody cream boxes on everyone's desk. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let's get off of this. This is a story for the old fart geeks if they ever get back to doing another show. But, all right, Jordan. Sorry, where were you going? Take us back into the present.
Where was I going?
Yeah.
Before out the door to tell everyone to be quiet.
Oh, no, story-wise, where do you want to take us? Can you get us out?
Where do I want to take you? I'll see if I can find somewhere to take you. I'll take you on a journey. What do we got here? All right. Is Santa real?
Oh,
a version of Alexa skirts some kid questions. This is not a big story, but I just thought it was amusing. A version of Alexa won't tell kids where babies came from or spill the beans about Santa. It also won't explain some things kids might have heard on the news, like what Stormy Daniel does for a living.
Right.
And Amazon updated its voice assistant with a feature that can make Alexa more kid-friendly. When the free time feature is activated, Alexa answers certain questions differently. Ask where babies come from, for example, the kid version tells youngsters to ask a grown-up. Amazon Inc. says it worked with child psychologists for some of Alexa's answers, and the voice assistant is always getting smarter with updated answers. Alexa isn't intended to be a replacement parent. The company said in the statement. So we believe it's important we treat these answers with empathy and point the child to a trusted adult when applicable.
I was going to...
Won't continue on. I'll let you get a word in there.
I was just going to say, what's a kid doing asking Alexis what Stormy Daniels does anyway for a living? Like, you'd be going, what do you want to ask that question for? But Joe, you got an Alexis, haven't you? Have you asked Alexis what Stormy Daniels does for a living?
No, I actually haven't used it for that. No.
No, what a surprise! Damn, I thought that was the first thing everyone does when they pull them out of the box.
It says that it's a bit of an eye opener. That article kind of just puts a spotlight on the fact that it's a bit of an eye opener. The kids can just ask anything to these machines and kind of really get any answers they want without any protection. So.
Well, I don't think. Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess where's it getting sourced from? I don't know where Alexa gets its information. Probably Wikipedia or something. But there shouldn't be too much rudeness or inappropriate stuff going on. It
Wikipedia. Says further in the article, if you ask it to play songs, if there's any explicit, songs with bad language in them, it'll cut them out while it's in that mode as well. So it'll play the non-explicit versions of songs and stuff like that as well.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So, there's got to be something in there. I mean, it is really, it could give any information to anybody, really, if you ask for it, couldn't it? So.
Well, I know they just went through that on Neighbours. Do you watch Neighbours? He had a voice-activated assistant, and they started asking, tell me what such and such last said, and the voice assistant would do it. But fictitious, all right? Fiction show, so it's not real. But to probably show you where things could be if there's no restraints put on these things. But yeah.
So there you go. That's the point. Yeah.
What
are you still doing watching Neighbours at your age anyway? I thought Neighbours was for kids. I gave up on it years ago.
Oh, look. What do you do? Yeah, well, what do you do?
You can't beat them, join them, I suppose, if the family's watching it and you can't get in there to watch anything else.
That's right.
I prefer to watch the news or something, but...
Yeah, look, I get my news when everyone goes to bed, I'll turn on and watch Paul Murray or something like that, at 9 o'clock at night when no one's around to tell me to turn it off. Joe, what are you up to? What have you been looking at this week?
I've been looking at this thing which really excites me at the moment. This Google is releasing its own version of the smart display later on this year.
Right. What's that? The smart display. What's that do?
Yeah, it's, if you can imagine just the Google Home or the Alexa. Actually, the Alexa Show. It's similar to the Alexa Show where it's got a screen.
Right. Oh, is the Alexa Show, is that little thing? Yeah, with the little screen in it. The little LCD screen or something.
Yeah, that's right. Apparently earlier this year, Google introduced a new smart display platform to partners such as Lenovo, JBL, LG, and Sony, which enabled them to build Echo Show-like devices so that they can have it Google Home enabled.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the one there. The one you're showing up on the screen, that's the one there.
Yeah, so it's like so for those who are on the audio, I guess it's like an iPad mini landscaped. So it's on an iPad mini on its side, and it's got like an added-on speaker to the left-hand side.
Yeah, so, that's the Lenovo brand that does that one.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, so what these things are obviously Wi-Fi. I wonder if are they made to go out of the house? Are they 4G? Or...
No, not necessarily. They're made to complement your existing Google Home.
Oh, right.
So it's actually got Google built into it.
Yeah, okay, nice. And so these have just been released, so there's no, or announced, so there's no real pricing or whatever.
No, they haven't been released yet. We still don't even know what they look like, but we do know that Google is going to release one for himself rather than go through a third party.
Oh, right, yes,
yeah,
okay.
And they're supposed to be out later on this year sometime.
Oh, yeah, just in time for Christmas.
Mate, I've been hanging out for my Google Home to have a display. I really have.
Yeah. And so why can't you... Yeah, and why is that? Because what you want to see, a video or something? Like a YouTube video or something? Or why? What do you want to see on it?
Well, basically, mostly for when I'm playing music, you can actually... have the name of the song displaying up on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
and it'll have the artist, and when that's not playing, you can have the time.
Yeah.
You can have weather showing up on the screen. I mean, you can do all that now if you use a Chromecast,
Yes.
right? You just Chromecast it to your TV, and you can still do all that now. But you've got to turn your TV
Yeah.
on and all that. So rather than do that, you have a little display, and that will then, as songs play, as the next tracks play, the next song, the artist and the name of the song will come up on the screen. It's really cool. If you have two of them in the home, you could do like an intercom between one room and the other when you talk to people, and you can see them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's good. Yeah, I can see the advantages in that. Like I know with my Google Home Mini, I think I've rediscovered the radio because I just walk through the house going, "Oh, play this radio station," and like in the morning I'll go play 4KQ or whatever, and then all of a sudden the 4KQ comes on, and I go, "Ooh," bopping around to the morning radio, which I'd never listened to before because I couldn't be bothered going to turn the radio on before. But now I can talk it, and tell it to turn on. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean, Google is saying that they want to sell about 3 million of these units in their first batch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Apparently, Amazon Echo, which is the sort of like the one that they've got out at the moment, they managed to only ship around about 315,000 of these last year. So, looks like
3 million's a tall ask.
Say that again.
3 million's a tall ask.
Yeah.
Do you think? Are you one of these early adopters that will jump in and buy version 1 of something, or do you wait till maybe version 2?
No, I'd buy version 1. It just depends. If you wait for version 2 on something like this, you could be waiting 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And I can't wait that long.
Depends how much these things are, I guess.
That's exactly right. I mean, I know that the Amazon Show, or the Echo Show, I think it retails for around about $270 odd, somewhere
Right.
$299, something like that.
Yeah. So they're not like overly expensive. So look, because you like your tech and stuff, well, yeah, you get going. Why not go and throw a couple
Oh, look,
hundred at it?
I'm really hanging to get this because there's reports saying that you can actually hook it up to your Nest doorbell if you have a Nest doorbell.
Right.
Yeah, you can hook it up to that, and then you can say, "Hey Google, show me who's at the door," and it'll show you a picture of whoever's at the door via your Nest device, which is also a Google-enabled device.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think, look, all this stuff's in its infancy, isn't it? This home automation and stuff. It's all, there'll be a common platform sooner or later, common sort of code or whatever, common language. They'll all just plug in, and then everything will just be able to understand everything. And you buy one light bulb, and 3 things can turn it off and on as you're running
It's
down
only
the
a matter
street.
of time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is right. Yeah.
It's who can get there first.
Look, in Australia, like this happened last week, but I don't know if you guys heard about it, but the little 16-year-old from Melbourne hacked into the Apple computers, into his mainframe. So he downloaded 90 gigabytes of secure files and accessed customer accounts, without exposing his identity. So Apple found out about it. Their internal...
Did they give him a job?
Well, this has happened in the past, hasn't it? But Apple found out about it. They went and they told the FBI. The FBI came poking around. They said, "Oh, hang on a second, this is coming from Australia." Referred it to the Australian Federal Police. The AFP went and raided on the boy's home, which is never a good thing to happen to you, especially because they all happen at 6 a.m. or something, don't they? These raids. Not that I've been raided, but no. The AFP, raided and produced 2 laptops, a mobile phone, and a hard drive that matched the intrusion reported by Apple. The sensitive documents were saved in a folder by the boy called Hacky Hack Hack. So, he's just, juvenile type of a hacker, I guess. And
That's amazing.
Yeah, an Apple spokesman said that the company information security personnel discovered the unauthorized access, contained it, and reported it to the law enforcement. We want to assure our customers that at no point during the incident was the personal data compromised. So there he goes. It's a little 16-year-old. So
90 gigabyte.
Yeah, it's a fair chunk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair chunk.
did it follow up with a bribe to get the, from the pay to have their data given back or something? Gee whiz, that's a lot of data.
But you
90
got to,
gigabyte, yeah, far out.
yeah, but you got to think like, how good must this little kid be?
Yeah.
Like he's putting everything into a folder called Hacky Hack Hack, but he's hacked into Apple.
Hackety hack.
like you just wouldn't believe that you could, without top-level sophisticated instruments, that you could hack into Apple. But, obviously, maybe he's bought it on a script on the dark web or something. Who knows? But, yeah, old hacky hack.
I wonder whether he can hack the iPhone then, whether he can get into the iPhone.
Well, he might have downloaded the back doors. So I wonder if Apple knows exactly what he downloaded. I guess there must be some sort of trace. But yeah.
It'd have to be something. That's what I said. Wouldn't they give him a job?
Well, that's right. Depends on the complexity. Like if it was a downloaded script, yeah, probably
must be
not.
A smart kid at the age of 16.
Oh, yeah, geez. Yeah.
Either that or Apple's system was so weak that they didn't know it was that vulnerable.
Well, then they should pay him, give him some money. Thanks for finding it. And lucky it wasn't.
Isn't that
anyone
what
else.
Microsoft does? Don't they have the hack our servers test?
Yeah, but that's probably maybe not like hackers from the wild, maybe. Or maybe they do. I don't know. They've got the days.
I thought they offered awards.
Yeah, I think
they do. I heard that too.
Yeah, I think they don't. But they do it in more of a, or sometimes they do it in controlled environments. So they say, "I'll try and hack our browser," or whatever. And so people go into a room and they just try and hack it.
No, I think it's freely known that you can actually. Microsoft invites anyone that can try and get into their system. They say, "Yeah, go for it." Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to Google here, see if we can find any of that. Microsoft hack rewards. Yeah, hack reward. Bing rewards. Hack bot random search generator. 3 rewards. Oh, that's just rewards for selling their rubbish. Yeah, but look, I think I have heard of something like that. But you can't do nothing nasty though. Like if you get in there and destroy stuff, I think you'd be in trouble.
Geez, Google will be watching you. You just typed in the word hack into your browser. You better watch out.
Oh, look out! Oh, there you go. Chrome just shut down. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. What else? Joe, we'll go do a Joe story, and then I'll give you a warning.
Joe story.
I'll give you a warning, Jordan. Your story is after Joe, and it's about the Xiaomi. All right.
Oh, is it? All right. You got something about Xiaomi?
I have.
Okay. Well, talking about phones, I have one here that says Huawei and ZTE are banned from Australian 5G networks. Apparently, the government says that the security risks are too great, so they're going to ban those two companies selling stuff in Australian networks.
Huawei and who?
ZTE.
Yeah, well, this has been kicking around for a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah, but this is in regards to the Chinese vendors who have been supplying equipment for the 5G network in Australia.
Yeah, I think. Look, one of the biggest. Look, even if we don't have, I think as Australia, even if we don't have the evidence to say or the will to ban these guys ourselves. I think that we've got a lot of pressure from the US to ban them because the US don't want nothing to do with them. And wasn't the US just thinking about with that ZTE they were not going to deal with them, then they might deal with them, and I'm not sure where they're up to now. But I know that the Huawei stuff has definitely been off the table for the US because didn't the Huawei want to go into our submarines as well? Want to put the technology in the submarines?
Yeah, that's right. I also remember Optus also started knocking back Huawei with their equipment in their exchanges. They didn't want them to have any of their Huawei stuff in their exchanges for the same reason they felt that it was a security risk. But the funny thing is, right, that Huawei was banned from bidding for the NBN work.
Yep.
But the ZTE was allowed it at that particular time.
Yeah, look, I'm not too sure what the reason is. I think it's got something to do with although they say they're not state-owned, I think, aren't they sort of owned by the Chinese government? Or
apparently Huawei has been owned by the Chinese government.
Yeah, I think that's the big problem.
Yeah, so they actually run the show there. And that's half the reason why they're saying that they don't want to have any of their equipment, because they believe that Huawei has left back doors into their equipment so that they can use it to spy on people.
Yeah, and I
That's
think
just theoretical though. I haven't heard anything. It hasn't been proved or anything, but that's theoretically that's what they think.
Because I think as well that it sort of gets more complicated because remember Alexander Downer, who was a minister in the Australian government, he then went off and got a job with Huawei, sat on the board of Huawei. So I'm not sure if he's still there or not. But, it sort of all gets a bit complicated. But, well, fair enough. If they're Chinese state-owned, obviously there's enough little question marks to warrant you'd have to say a big decision like this. So, yeah, if it's for national security, I'm all for it.
Well, apparently they're saying that there's a lot of rumours and there's a lot of incidents where it's been shown that cyber attacks have happened in Australia and on Australians. So they've got some sort of history there that says that there've been some sort of attacks via China with this equipment. So
right, but like without getting too into the weeds and all, but isn't that what we do as well? Wouldn't Australia be over there trying to hack into China, trying to hack into wherever else? Like, it's what we do.
But you don't go buying something knowing that somebody else has got access to it.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, wasn't there some story a while back saying that the Chinese wanted to do our, was it the telephone infrastructure or the electricity infrastructure or something like that?
Electricity, I think it was. Yeah, something.
Yeah, they wanted to give them access and a contract for them to do that.
Yeah.
So could you imagine the security implications for that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Well, we give them the port of Darwin or something, so that's enough. They can be happy with that. Xiaomi, Jordan. What's Xiaomi doing?
Oh, Xiaomi have got a new device apparently.
Good.
I was just looking at getting the Xiaomi Mi 2, but now I'm hesitating because of this new one. It says after testing its launch for weeks. Is that how you say Xiaomi?
I don't know.
We'll make it up as we go.
Yeah.
Xiaomi has taken the wraps off its Poco F1, a powerful phone with flagship-grade hardware, a new sub-brand, and surprisingly low-priced. Says these journalists put so much extra stuff into these things sometimes. Usually don't like to lead with specs, but for what it's worth, the device... Yeah, I'm ahead of myself. But that's what this device is about. So here goes. The notched 6.18-inch F1 is armed with a Snapdragon 845 chip at 2.8 gigahertz with a 12-megapixel plus 5-megapixel dual rear camera system and a 20-megapixel selfie camera and a massive 4,000 milliamp battery. You can choose between the 6 gig and 64 gig storage, so 6 gig of RAM, 64 gig storage, or the 128 or 8 gig of RAM with 256 storage. The device also boasts liquid cooling, which is achieved by passing water vapor through a copper heatsink that helps the heat dissipate quickly from the processor and across the internal components. So what's with the new moniker? I don't know what that means. Moniker?
Is that like a little logo or mark?
I don't know. With Poco, Xiaomi wants to focus on making a device that is fast.
The name.
As fast as anything else you can buy on the market, but without the high price tag. Achieving those goals meant breaking away from the constraints of Xiaomi's own Mi line of the high-end device while taking advantage of the hardware giants' supply chain and expertise in crafting dependable devices.
So Xiaomi...
My reading is really bad tonight. I apologise for that. I'm over the shop. You probably didn't get much of that.
So I think, so Xiaomi, another Chinese-owned company, so they're probably listening in on every phone. Hello, how are you going? Because I've got one sitting right here. So look, that's good. Like, they came into the stock market in India. I think they're trying to really kick off in India at the moment because of their low-cost phones and so forth. They've got heaps of stuff. They've got tablets, they've got vacuum cleaners, they've got heaps of stuff. So I'm not sure. So I don't think this thing is the Poco 1 or Poco F1.
Poco?
Poco?
I just think Cocoa Pops. That's what I think.
F1, is that like help? The F1 key? Help? Poco help? So anyway.
Maybe it's Formula One. They want you to think it's fast.
Oh, yes. That's probably more in line with what they'd like to hear. That's probably what it is, you think. So anyway, so it's not going to be, I think, where is it here? It will be...
The 4,000 milliamp battery's a cracker.
Yeah, the Poco 1 has been confirmed for India, only India at this point, where it'll be released on the 29th of August. The Chinese have said that it plans to bring the handset out to about 50 other countries. Now, I just wanted to just go through some other stats here because that's ones that you might not have heard of because you've probably never heard of these Xiaomis. Now, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Xiaomi. So Xiaomi.
Someone just said on Facebook that, Xiaomi. Is that what you just said?
I said Xiaomi.
Were you reading the Facebook comments?
No. What did they say? Show me.
The best way to pronounce Xiaomi is to think of Xiaomi and then pronounce the first words as if it were shower.
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi the money.
Okay, so Xiaomi. Oh, I don't know. Xiaomi. Oh, I'll use the Xiaomi. Okay.
Xiaomi.
Technically, the first syllable is more Shao than show.
Right.
So the difference is fairly subtle to most American ears.
Okay.
So Xiaomi.
Xiaomi.
Maybe it's more like the Queen's English. Xiaomi.
Xiaomi. Well, X is anyway. But anyway,
No, it's not xylophone. What did you say? Xylophone.
Yeah, well, that's how do you spell that? X something. But anyway, look.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so we got these phones, right? So someone, I'm not sure who it was now. A listener wrote into me and said, "Oh, listen, if you're looking for a new phone, go and buy one of these," because he was really happy with it. And yeah, he was right. It was awesome. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I can't remember that person's name. It was a long time ago now. I have his email here somewhere. But anyway, so Xiaomi's been kicking some butt over the last little while anyway. So you'll probably start hearing about it. Look, I've got some stats here. I don't know if you can read them on the screen. Let's see if I can, if you're on YouTube, I can try and make those a little bit bigger by doing that. And let's see how that works. There we go.
Oh, that's better.
Now, to give you an idea, okay, so manufacturer Samsung. Shipments in July 17 to June 18. Okay, so the last year, Samsung shipped 307 million. Huawei shipped 174 million. Apple shipped 217 million. Xiaomi's in there shipping 116 million. So they're not doing too bad. People or manufacturers that shipped less than Xiaomi was the Oppo, heard of.
Yeah, the Oppo's got a really small notch, apparently.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon it's worth a look at, the Oppo.
Yeah, the new one. They've got a teardrop? Not a teardrop, water drop notch.
Yeah, it's like really, really small notch, and it looks kind of tasteful rather than just a big chunk out of the top of the screen.
So it might convince you to become a notch lover after all.
I saw a app for the Android last night while I was flipping through trying to do something, and it was a make your Android look like the iPhone, with the pull up control panel and make it look the same. And there was a make your Android look like the iPhone 10 with the notch as well. So
yeah,
the notch wasn't really there.
I suppose they want you to think it's genuine.
That's right. So, yeah, I didn't do that one. I didn't, yeah. But anyway, so other phones that you might have heard of is the Vivo, LG, and then the rest. But the more interesting fact here was the Xiaomi was the year-on-year change, had the biggest year-on-year change with a plus. So their sales up 81.2%. So that's pretty good. That was the most. Samsung was minus 1.9, Huawei up 14, Apple up 0.9. So you can see Xiaomi. If they get into India, they'll be right, and that's their plan, I'd imagine.
So I should go and buy that one off eBay, I saw, should I? Hey?
Oh, I don't know. I'm happy with mine.
You haven't had a problem with it? Not really just use it as a paperweight just yet?
No, not yet. But look, did I go through this last week with Kogan? I can't remember. It's the drama's still going.
Yeah,
I don't know. Going. Look, I don't think I'll buy through Kogan again. I've
got friends who buy through Kogan who swear by it.
Yeah. I think maybe for the more. Look, I don't want to say astute. I wouldn't say that. But look, we got this phone, right? The third phone we bought from them. We got the third phone the other week. And it's been about 2 weeks. They don't talk to you. You can't talk to these people. We've sent emails. They just don't reply. They just don't want to talk to us. So we got this phone. It was opened. It wasn't in the seal, the seal plastic wrap. So it was open. Pulled the phone out. Had dirt on the back. Bubbles on the front. The phone had been opened. It's not brand new. So we thought, well, we don't want it. If something goes wrong with it and we try and do a warranty and the phone has been dropped or opened or used or wet or whatever, well, we're screwed. So we said, we just want to send this back. We haven't heard from them. look, it's the third problem with Kogan. They've fixed up the other two, but and so far we're struggling with the third one. But I mean, it's not good enough. 3 out of 3, and I'm not excited. I can tell you. So I'll probably not go down the Kogan path again. Even though I saw today that his profits were up 10 million or something last year. But doesn't worry.
Yeah, I've bought off
I'm over
GearBest
it.
before, and I've had no problem with them.
Yeah,
But, I'm sure people have had problems with them before, so
yeah.
it'd be much the same thing, really. I reckon.
And look, at the end of the day, I think.
And Boomerang's another one, isn't it? I think it's a Boomerang. No.
Yeah. No.
Boo something. Boo. No.
Don't know.
I can't think of the name, but anyway, yeah.
But yeah, look, I'm sure that Kogan will fix it, but it's just the waiting, which has been 2 weeks, not hearing from them. That is very annoying. So that's my rant. I'm just off them.
I've got a little bit more stats that I reckon I can add to this, because this might just put Xiaomi a little bit. Xiaomi might put Xiaomi down the list a little bit. Where is it? If I don't want to cut you off, smartphones that emit the most radiation.
Oh yes.
So it says, and I'm not going to go through the whole lot because there's 16 on the list, but I'll just give you like the top 5.
Don't tell me Xiaomi's up the top.
Hey?
Don't tell me Xiaomi's up the top. Is that where I get that tick from?
Or maybe I will go through. Hang on.
Yeah.
I won't give you the spiel on each one, but it just says, because it's still debated as to whether it's really radiation is really an issue from the phone or not. But then, you got to think about all these Wi-Fi signals and stuff like that you walk through every day. You know, I don't know anymore. I sit with my phone between my legs in the car when I'm not using it, so I would be more worried about leaving it down there above my head if it's got radiation on it.
Well, you've had all the kids you're going to have, mate?
Yeah, you've had all the kids you're going to have, so we'll be right.
Yeah.
So the popular American phone has a specific absorption rate. So it's saying that 124, I don't know how you put this.
Is this Apple?
Yeah, this is the iPhone 7 Plus.
Yeah.
So they're saying that SAR of 124 watts per kilogram, I assume, of radiation. So we'll just go, I won't give you the spiel on each one, but saying 124 watts for the iPhone 7, that's at number 16. Then it goes to the BlackBerry at 128 watts, and then down to the ZTE 7 Mini at 129. Sorry, 1.29, I should say. Keep forgetting the points. The iPhone 8's got 1.32.
Well, who's the worst? Give us the top.
I'll get there. We'll go down. The Sony Xperia is at 136. iPhone 7 at 1.38. That we're down to the number 10 spot. Huawei 9 at 1.38. I haven't heard Samsung yet. The OnePlus 5 at 1.39. The Huawei Nova Plus at 1.41. The Huawei P9 again at 1.43, must be a slightly different model. The Huawei GX8 at 1.44.
Jeez. Huawei's getting a run.
Yeah, Huawei again, the G68. Now we're up to Huawei P9 Plus, 1.48. The Nokia Lumia 630 at 1.51. SAR, I don't know what that stands for. The Huawei 9 Mate, 1.64. Number 2 place, the OnePlus 5T. And then the number 1 place is the Xiaomi Mi A1. Mi A1.
Oh, thankfully I got the Mi A2. So what are you saying? That's the worst?
It says China dominates the list with 4 major smartphone manufacturers, ZTE, OnePlus, Huawei, and Xiaomi, taking 10 places in the 16 highest radiation-emitting devices with the greatest specific absorption rate list. The Xiaomi Mi A1 Duo SIM device takes the cake, having an SAR of 1.75 watts per kilogram.
So what does that mean there? Does that mean that because it's got more watts, does that mean that it's more powerful? You get a better reception, better experience using the phone? Or what does that mean, though?
I'm not a technical buff in that corner of the thing, so I probably can't answer those questions. Where's Will when you need him?
It's the guidelines created a measure of the rate that body tissue absorbs radiation during cell phone use called the specific absorption rate, or SAR. So the SAR is the measure of the rate that body tissue absorbs radiation. during cell phone use.
Well, there you go. I think they said that in the first page of the news article, but I didn't read it. I skipped ahead.
The SAR for cell phone radiation was set at a maximum of 1.6 watts of energy absorbed per kilogram of body weight. Oh, so there's a plus for being overweight. The limit was you can use it.
If you're more overweight, you're less likely to get the radiation absorption.
That's right. You put two phones and one on each ear, you'd be right, laughing. The limit was set due to the thermal effects of cell phone radiation. It was not set to mitigate other biological effects. So, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It goes on. But highest radiation cell phones, according to CNET. When was this article? This was 17, so this is probably not the one you're looking at. But the highest one was the Motorola last year, going down to, at number 20, the Kyocera Hydro Plus.
I just find it amusing that Samsung's not even made the list.
What was the Xiaomi?
Xiaomi?
How much? What was the SAR level?
1.75 watts per kilogram.
Oh yeah, well that's higher than the 1.6 that was set as a maximum last year.
But they're saying there's a lot of debate, as to whether this is really something we should be worrying about. But do you think these big phone companies and places like that are going to tell you, yep, you should be worried about it? No one would buy phones anymore, would they?
Look, it's always in the back of my mind. Like, I won't walk around, say, in the house with the phone on me. I'll put it down on the bench or something. I don't want to carry it around all day long. If it's in the car, I'll put it in the glove box or not in the glove box, but in one of the shelf things. It's not on me. I don't like them on me.
No.
So, yeah, like if at night time, I'll turn off the 4G. Because it sits next to the bed where I can listen to a podcast or whatever. But I'll turn the 4G off because I don't want that just zapping around in me headspace while I'm asleep.
Yeah, so that's the other thing, isn't it? When it's sitting there charging at night and everyone's got them on.
So I think that could be a problem.
And what about watches,
Well, yeah.
Smartwatches and...
Look...
But like I say, what about all these... I think we've talked about this on the show, I'm sure, in the past, about, all these Wi-Fi signals that you walk through every day. And, there's so many signals in the airwaves,
Yeah, look, I think maybe the Wi-Fi signals... I don't have too much of a problem with. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. You just get these feelings. I guess you get the way you want to think about things. I think the Wi-Fi. Well, I guess if you held a Wi-Fi modem up to your ear for 20 minutes, it's going to get hot and burn, and it's be the same with the phone. But I think the phones are they need more power, so they're pushing more power through to receive and to call, because they've got to get that tiny little signal all the way to the nearest tower. So they're probably, that's the way I look at it, an uneducated way.
It kind of makes sense.
But that's the way. But yeah, so
Xiaomi is on the top of the list.
Well, that phone just gets a little bit further pushed back over there now.
I always sleep with my phone away from my bed, always.
See, mine's always charging in next to my bed. I'll never even think of it. You kind of it just becomes kind of normal practice just to have your phone with you. You don't even think twice about it.
No.
That's true, but I've read a report once where they say that having your phone within 1 metre of you sleeping doesn't give you a good night's sleep. You're better off moving the phone to the other side of the room. And when they've done tests for people who've moved their phone on the other side of the room, they've found that they'd have slept better.
Right. But what about turning off the 4G? Except that'd be the same thing, I guess, wouldn't it?
Yeah, turn off the 4G. That'd probably be the same thing, but you're not going to get any messages overnight or anything like that.
Well, I'm asleep, so I don't care.
Right. Yeah, I guess. But if you've got something, an emergency...
Look, you're right. That's the only thing that I do... Oh, I don't,
you've got a home phone for that, really. Anyway, if someone really wants you...
But we don't.
Emergency, they'll ring your home phone, won't they?
At night, we are cut off from the humanity. Because we do turn the phones off, and we've only got mobiles. There's no home phone, so it does rattle around in my brain. But it's probably better that rattling around than 4G vibes, I guess.
I guess what you could do is, if you're one of those people trying to get through to somebody and they haven't got their phone on, they could always try, Wi-Fi calling or something like that. Because 9 times out of 10 people have got Wi-Fi at home. Be able to use something like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or something like that to get in contact with them.
Yeah.
Well, whatever did we do in the old days when we didn't have mobile phones, eh?
You had to go to that person's house and knock on the door and
There
say, "Hey,
you
my
go.
God."
So what happened to that?
Yeah,
Sure.
I know. You used to ring someone, they didn't answer. They hadn't died, they just weren't home. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But now we can't risk it in
No.
this day and age, can we?
no, that's right.
No.
Whose turn? Joe, is it your turn? You got another story?
No, that's it. I'm done for the stories today.
All right. Well, I can tell you about the Gold Coast plans to open up the extended fibre network to telcos. Now, when the Commonwealth Games were coming around, and we've just recently built the little light rail train rail network thing that goes from, I don't know if you know the place up near Helensvale, near where the hospital is, down to Broadbeach. And what they did was they put some fibre optic cable along the route as they were building it. So that was a bit of a smart idea. And now they want to extend that down to wherever Burleigh Heads, Varsity Lakes, or somewhere where they're going to extend the light rail. So what's going to do, it's going to cost $10 million to add another 37-kilometre loop of this fibre cabling. The council said that the new fibre loop will deliver financial benefits in excess of $2.5 million, both from cost savings as well as telco revenue. Well, I hope that's 2.5 a year, because they're throwing 10 at it, so that doesn't work out, does it? So hopefully that 2.5 is going to keep coming in. Now, this joint called Nexium will sell capacity on the expanded network to telcos and other businesses.
Nexium.
Yeah.
I think I could do one right now.
Why? What's a Nexium? Is that a pill?
No, I gave them up actually because I heard on the radio that they cause anything from fractures to premature death. So,
what is it?
Nexium's it's a tablet to take to stop stomach acid.
Oh, right. Well, maybe that's why they call this, like you go to Nexium when you've got a Wi-Fi problem, or an a NBN problem, internet problem, and it alleviates your anxiety and your stomach acid, and you don't get ulcers and stuff. So
Yeah, exactly.
They've moved on into ISPs. Now, Nexium, the loop will cover Broadbeach, Burleigh, Varsity Lakes, and Robina. The Gold Coast City is eyeing the potential further expansion of the network, hooking up the southern part of the coast. Now, the existing fibre backbone is 65 kilometres, believe it or not, which runs from Helensvale to Broadbeach. It was rolled out at the cost of $4.5 million just before the Commonwealth Games. So, in a statement, Ian Hatton, who is the Gold Coast Chief Innovation and Economy Officer, said, "We are developing a low-latency, high-core count fibre optic network that has the capacity to deliver the fastest internet speeds in Australia. When finished, the network will be 100 times faster than what exists today." So there we go. How good's that? We're at the forefront of technology up here on the Goldie. We can't tap into it individually, but they can sell the speed or the service to other telcos for getting around the Goldie, I guess. That's good. I don't know. Like, remember, there was years ago they wanted to put the fibre optics through the Brisbane sewers network, which would have been a good idea, but that got knocked on the head. Probably because no one made any money out of it. They Telstra wanted more money.
Gee, that'd be shit fibre, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, that's right. That'd be a stinky one too. I wouldn't like to get a job fixing that stuff. So
It'd be a bad internet connection.
Yeah, very bad. A blockage somewhere. So Microsoft, I'll go on to another one. I think, has anyone got any comments about that? That's bit of a localised sort of story. I don't think you guys probably care.
No, well, I've got my internet, so I don't really care about everyone else.
Yeah. Look,
I do. I do. Look,
tell-
here's something that'll put a bit of a happy note on you and make you feel a bit better about it. Apple is reportedly reviving 2 of its forgotten products. That'll make all the Apple fans happy.
the Lisa.
Do you want to hear about that?
Yes. Hang on. What would Apple, forgotten products, what would they be bringing back, do you think? Let me think. Well, the iPhone's still here.
I reckon it'd be something that they've already got.
Wouldn't it be the iPod Touch? Wouldn't they try and revive that, maybe?
Right, yeah, okay. But why wouldn't people just get a phone? Okay, so we're running out of options. They don't have too many products, do they? But I'd say, okay, let's say, I'll go for iPod Touch. That sounds fair. What is it, Jordan?
So Bloomberg reported on August 20 that Apple will revive its Mac Mini desktop computer
Oh, did it die?
And release a redesigned version of its MacBook Air laptop later this year. Apple's computer sales have been surprisingly durable over the last few years, regaining the mantle as the company's second largest hardware division in 2016 behind the iPhone and generating over $25 billion in the last 4 quarters alone. The Mac Mini is a favourite for consumers looking to turn their TVs into streaming devices in the pre-smart TV days. Has not only updated at all in the last... Sorry, I'm really all over it tonight. Has not only updated at all in the last 4 years and hasn't had a design refresh in about 8 years. The Mini Apple's cheapest desktop starting at about $500.
Look, I've got my Mini. It's going right now.
Go for it.
Yeah, my Mini's going right now. I think I bought it about 2012, somewhere around there. And look, I put an SSD into it, gave it a new lease of life. It did, but it's still plugging along. It's a great way to get into the Apple world or the Mac OS X world without spending $1,000 or $2 more. You just buy the actual computer, slap an old monitor on it, and away you go. That's what I did.
I still got my Mac Mini as well. I'm actually that's the one that's got the Intel processor in it, right? It comes with an Intel processor.
Yes. Yep. So, yeah,
I just don't understand why they need. Why would they say they've two forgotten products and revive it?
Well, yeah. I guess they're because yes, looking back,
because they've got nothing new.
The Mac Mini, I didn't know they'd actually killed it. I just thought, they just haven't updated it. What time frame expires before you go, okay, well, it's been 3 years, okay, that's officially dead. I don't know. But the Air, I do remember a story about the Air getting axed. But no great loss. Yeah, no great loss for me anyway.
I guess they're not going to run any Intel chips on it this time round.
Well, what are they moving to? They're going to try and do something else, aren't they?
I don't know. I think if I remember right, a few weeks ago, I was discussing a story where Intel and Apple were having problems with
that's right,
some sort of legal action with the chips.
Yeah. But, geez, do they really want to change again? Well, that just renders another life cycle of their products redundant.
What I've actually using my Mac Mini for is a Windows machine, believe it or not. I've actually installed Windows 7 on it.
Right.
I'm running it as my media center.
Is that with like boot camp or something like that?
That's right. Yeah, I run the boot camp and then installed the Windows 7, which I haven't upgraded to Windows 10. I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but I'm quite happy to leave it at Windows 7 and run my Kobe on it. What is it?
Kodi. Yeah, that's right.
So I think I know a few people that have running Windows on their Macs and not bothering with Mac. They say they get good hardware with a good operating system. It's kind of a thing between the two.
Yeah. I don't know why people want to run Windows on a Mac. To be honest, Joe,
I don't know.
I don't know, Joe. I don't know. I don't understand. But you can get Kodi on the Mac OS X. But yeah, whatever. If it works, it works.
I think I've had it since 2012, 2013 when it came out.
Yeah.
And I think back then there was a reliability issue when it came to running things with the Kodi.
Right.
So because it was just changed from Xbox Media Center to Kodi, it was about that transmission time.
All right. Look, I think I've got, how many more have I got? I might have 2, maybe. So I'll get through these. I might have 3. We'll get them really quick then, because this one's a little bit important, I guess. Microsoft clamps down on the sick Momo suicide game that's appeared in Minecraft. Now, Momo is a viral challenge that asks people to add a contact via WhatsApp. They are then urged to commit self-harm or suicide. The game has fueled comparisons to the Blue Whale challenge that led to reports of suicides in Russia and the US, as well as online fictional character of a Slender Man. In 2014, 2 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin attempted to kill a classmate to attempt to please this online character. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Look, I've got a picture here of the avatar for this Momo, and it is a bloody scary looking thing. Like, it's crazy.
That reminds me of when you're watching a Facebook video and it's a lovely day and someone's going through a drive and then up pops the ah!
Yeah, that's Momo. So
Momo.
She has been described as a grotesque image. As an avatar in Minecraft. The avatar is so-called it's a mod, a personalized addition to Minecraft made by a user known as Modder. So this macabre avatar reportedly chases Minecraft players while brandishing a mobile phone with the WhatsApp icon. So bloody hell, there she go, Momo. Scares me just looking at the stupid thing. But deeper down, like how can someone be wanting to commit suicide as some sort of game?
I can't stop laughing at that picture. It's a cracker.
ACCC. Any comments on Momo? You heard of Momo?
No, I haven't heard of them.
No.
No, well, you don't want to.
It doesn't sound good, though.
No, that's right. The ACCC has been not very nice to Trivago. The ACCC says Trivago's TV advertising and website from at least December 2013 breached the Australian consumer law by presenting the site as an impartial and objective price comparison service. However, room prices were actually prioritised according to advertisers who were willing to pay the highest cost per click fee to Trivago. An investigation by the Commission suggests overwhelmingly users clicked on the predominantly displayed prices, even though they may not have been the best deal. So because of the design of Trivago's website and representations made, consumers were denied a genuine choice about choosing a hotel deal by making choices based on this misleading impression created by the Trivago website. Oh, I think I got a little picture of the Trivago lady. There she is there. Is that the only decent thing about that ad? There we go. Where is she? There we get bigger. There we go. Now, claims the online strike-through comparisons were false or misleading since they often compared an offer for a standard room against a luxury room at the same hotel. So that's no good. So anyway, Trivago has stopped airing television ads that make representations about price since April this year. So don't worry about TV ads. How about just fixing up the website as well?
Well, there you go.
Yes. And the internet, this is a story just came out today, Thursday. The internet has melted down over the Liberal leadership crisis in Canberra. Now, I only put this story in just to bring some sort of comparison or some sort of idea that why do we rely... I'll tell you the story first. After days of chaos in Canberra, social media in Australia has completely melted down with thousands of comments about the state of politics. You say, well, if you don't know, you know the Peter Dutton, Malcolm Turnbull thing. Who knows where that's going to end? But anyway, shortly after 9:44am, I think this morning or whatever, during a press conference, Matthias Cormann, Mitch Fifield and Michaelia Cash, there was a whopping, and this is what's strange is gets me going, a whopping 604 tweets per minute on the platform. Is that all? Is that the meltdown? 604 tweets about the leadership challenge. This constitutes a meltdown as far as Twitter and the press is concerned. I would go as far as say 604 people talking about one thing in 1 minute on Twitter is probably mostly 604 journalists. So that's probably why it's...
Yeah, probably.
You know, I just think... Are we saying that that's the whole country's melting down because 604 tweets a minute? Is this how we're measuring meltdowns these days? And anyway,
there's been a lot of talk about it though. Well, everywhere.
Well, yeah, yes, that's right. But by comparing 604 tweets constitutes the meltdown. I can't. Yeah, you know, like.
Yeah, no, I mean.
Yeah, it's not.
Most people are hanging out to get that many tweets. They want to be popular with that many tweets.
That's right. And look, you push times that by 60 to get to an hour. Well, that's a lot of tweets, but it's only maybe 604 people. So out of the population of Australia,
that's
come
right.
on, you know, I don't know. What do you call that? Sensationalism or something? But yeah. Anyway,
I haven't even really looked into this whole political issue that's going on at the moment. It's just everything's gone over my head the last few days. I think I've been living in a bubble.
Yeah, I know it's been going on, but doesn't, you know.
But on a lighter note, because there's probably people out there getting angry now listening to us talk about politics.
But we're just talking about it.
Only because they're passionate about it, I mean, not angry about it.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is...
It was that guy that you had on the show once upon a time. I remember hearing it back years ago. The guy said, whatever you do, don't talk about politics, you'll get me started. It was one of your
I don't know. I can't remember.
Guest hosts.
Eric likes politics.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Maybe it was Eric. Hi, Eric.
I just wanted to touch on two things.
Yes.
We're probably getting down to the end of the show very quickly, but there's a bit of chatter going on Facebook about this Raspberry Pi having Kodi on it, and I would just like to comment on that and say that I 100% agree the Raspberry Pi is the way to go with LibreElec if you want to have Kodi.
Oh, that's what I've got.
Joe, since they're telling Joe that he should be using that instead of his Mac Mini.
Yep.
But you're muted there, Joe. We can't hear you, mate.
Nope, still can't hear Joe.
Oh, he's still muted. There he's coming. There he is.
Yeah, there I am. Look, I did try the Raspberry Pi when I first had it. It's only version 1, and I wasn't real good. I actually overclocked it as well, but it still didn't work good. I ended up getting this machine here, this Mac Mini, and I started using that, and I just kept on using that because I didn't want to. I mean, I know people are telling me now that you can get the 3s and the 3 pluses, which work real good.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure what mine is. I think it might be a 3. But it's. I'm just trying to Google this here now.
How's the audio though? Have they improved the audio over the version 1? Like the version 1, the audio wasn't real good as well.
Oh,
I've got a version 3, I think, of Raspberry Pi, and I reckon it's unreal.
Yeah,
I've given up on everything else. I used to have computers and all sorts of things running Windows, and this and that and this and that. I went out and I bought this thing off eBay. I think I got it for around $100, already put together with the remote and everything.
Yeah,
and I've never looked back.
Well,
and I can pull out the SD card and put something else different in if I want to do something else for technical for a bit of fun.
But I don't know. Like, just answering your question about the audio there, Joe. Like, it's got HDMI out, plugs into the TV, goes through the amp. It's. I don't think you could get any better.
No.
It's HDMI. It's
and
great.
not long back they released a Plex plug-in for Kodi. So if anybody's using Plex, you can just install the Plex client straight into Kodi. It's just as an add-on.
Well, I've got a little case similar, but similar to this. So you got a little case for them, $12.50 there. You put it into a case, and then just buy the Pi, which is up the top here. The Pi $55. Version 3, Model B Plus, $55. $12. That's pretty much a power adapter. I don't know how much they are, but look, the whole thing might cost you about $120. I use my phone as the remote, so I didn't have to buy a remote. Use the phone. Yeah, it's great.
A lot of people swear by that remote Wi-Fi phone control on you as an app on your phone. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like the touchscreen. I don't like sitting there in the dark trying to guess where to put my finger.
Yeah, well,
I like having the
I don't know if you can see it or not, but I even got little heat sinks with my one too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the fella. Yeah, that's the first version, is it, Joe?
Yeah, actually, this one here, it's got HDMI on it as well.
And what the audio? What, it just didn't give you good audio?
Apparently, the very first version that came out, the audio quality wasn't as good.
Right.
So I don't know whether they've improved it in the subs, the other versions.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I think so. I got no problems with the audio, so yeah, it's great. Just like watching a movie at the movie centre. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're done, and we got all.
I did have one more quick story I wanted to throw at you.
Go throw.
Just a short one because it kind of caught my eye at the last minute today. Back up all of your smartphone's data with this $20 solution, and that. I like the idea of that. So it's no exaggeration to say that a big chunk of our lives are wrapped up in our portable devices. All our contacts, our photos, our schedule reminders, they're all stored there. And if disaster strikes and that device is lost or destroyed, or if hackers assault your personal data, you better have a backup plan. And iDrive, which is what you've been talking about on the shows for the last few weeks, Glenn.
Yep.
iDrive is the ultimate backup plan, backed with sterling credentials, including a hearty editor's recommendation from PC Mag. The trusted name is Secure Storage. Secure Storage is upping their game again with this special limited time offer. Unlimited backup of 5 mobile devices for one fee of $19.99 for life.
Gee, that's all right. For life.
For life.
Oh,
This is the first time ever that iDrive has promised this much coverage for 5 devices, regardless of size. Best of all, it's simple. Just sync up your OS or your Android device to the account, and iDrive backs up everything. All your videos, calendars, events, text messages, literally every scrap of data on your phone or tablet is copied and stored. If something happens to your device, it's all good. Just connect a new one and load it up.
I can't see.
From there.
How much data do you get with that plan there, Jordan?
The only thing it says about the data on the article, it says in addition to 256-bit encryption, you can also add additional access passwords, blah blah blah. But the only thing it says is it says for the first time ever, iDrive has promised this much coverage for 5 devices, regardless of size. That's the only thing it says.
I can't find the pricing. I can't find that on the website where it says it's $19 for unlimited. I can't find that on their website. Here we go. Unlimited device online backup. Oh yeah, well that's just manage computer snapshot, iDrive products pricing. That's just going to take me back to there. But even like if you back up your old computer, 2 terabyte, $50 US a year. Yeah, but anyway, I think we spoke about this the other week. But yeah, look, if you're looking for backup, yeah, just go and have a look at that. And I think it'll also back up your Office 365 stuff as well for a little extra if you wanted that to happen.
I hope they're not using any old Intel chips in those cloud storage things. Did anyone hear about the news today about there might be some small vulnerabilities with chips that run in the cloud storage, the Intel chips?
Yeah, I did read briefly. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, what is it? What happens? Do you know what the problem is?
Well, apparently they found a little glitch in it where there might be some vulnerabilities with the chip that could cause problems in the cloud.
Yeah, okay, that's no good. That's no good. I remember that. Was that whatever that happened just recently, Spectre or something?
That's right. Yeah, this is something different to that. Apparently, this one here will affect only the cloud services, mainly for businesses and stuff, not the ones at home.
Because I remember, those patches come out for the Intel chips. And then apparently, all the businesses, some of the cloud providers, they were up doing all the patches, and the patches were just as bad as, they didn't do anything. They kept the problems going. And rebooting machines or something, I remember. But anyway, we don't run any cloud centers, so we'll be right. All right.
I was just going to say here that Alan Burton, he's been going wild on Facebook tonight, so it's good to have all that input from everybody out there. But he says that there is iDrive client software for many NAS drives as well, which is interesting. Right. I never knew that.
Right.
So if you've got you can have the software built straight into your NAS for doing your backups. That'd be like we've been doing with Crash Plan and duplicating and those things.
Yeah, because at the moment, like I have a NAS. So what Alan's saying there is, so I've got my server, but the actual iDrive software sits on one of my machines and then just pulls it as a map to drive to back it up. But yeah, what Alan's saying is you can actually get the iDrive software, so your server might not be Windows, so it might be FreeNAS or it could be Synology or whatever. So you can get the better software to put on the actual device. So it doesn't matter if your computer's on or off, the device is on, she's backing up.
And then, that's right, your NAS is doing the backup, not your computer.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can back up your stuff twice then. You've got 2 backups. You've got backup to your NAS, and then your NAS does a backup remotely to iDrive. That's pretty much you've got your 3 backups for rule of thumb. 3. You've got your master, your secondary, and your external.
That sounds really good. I might have to look into that.
Yeah, so they seem to be going all right. This iDrive mob. So I see your story here, Jordan.
I just pasted it in so you could put it in the show notes.
Yeah, let me just pop that in there so we can have a look at it. But yeah, so this is what Jordan's talking about. So they back up all your smartphones, but I wonder if there's a link here. It's this trusted special limited time offer. That's probably why it's not on the site. iDrive them. Hey, when was this written? 18 hours ago. Oh, look out! Let's get into it. Unlimited backup on 5 mobile devices. Okay, click on the link. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, and see what happens when we click on the link. Oh, ransomware. No, no, it's not.
Yeah, that'd be right, wouldn't it?
So add to cart. Oh, there you go. So add to cart. So it's a deal.
So get the link from the show notes. You'll have to post the link somewhere for people to get on and get it.
Yeah, so it's for a deal from TNW Deals. Yes, okay. So 1999. Does it say that it's ending in 5
Usually
days?
$49.95.
Yeah, but does it say that it's for life in these terms? Length of access, lifetime. There we go. 5
devices. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. There we go. Length of access. I highlighted it there. So, yeah, okay. So we'll put that in the show notes.
I think for $20 you'd just go and buy that anyway, wouldn't you? Even if you didn't use it. You're like, I'll get that. I'll use it one day.
Yeah. Well, that'd be about 27 Australian. I guess that's not Australian.
I don't know what the limit is, so like you said, I'm not sure of the storage space.
Well, how much is going to be? Like 5 devices, even if they're 128 gig. So that's less than 700 gig. That's still a bit if you have to store it, isn't it, for them?
Does that mean you can then clear it off your phone and then fill it up again and then keep adding it and then fill it up and keep adding it? You know what I mean? Can you keep adding to the backup? That's the question. Is it only going to back up what you've got, or is it going to let you keep adding?
I think it might be a
What
live
you probably want to do there, Jordan, is probably back up to your computer, then back that up to your drive.
Yeah.
Well, this is saying for your 5 devices, that's why it's what the price it is. It's to run straight from your iPad or your phone or something.
Yeah, so I'm just reading this here. So just securely back up social media, access your backed up files, share your files. All new versions and update of the apps are included. So blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you can version it. I think it's just a current backup, and maybe it's a syncing current backup, if you know what I mean. But
I don't mean versions. I just mean like with Google Photos, for example, you clear your phone and then you just take some more photos and then it backs them up to Google, and you clear your phone again and you take some more and it backs them up. It keeps adding to your online cloud storage rather than...
Yeah. So here's one here.
I see what you mean, yeah. Rather than... Yeah, I know what you mean.
So here's one here. Devices cannot be taken on and off the account.
Oh, so once they're on, that's it.
So what does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Does that mean that...
So if you lose your phone and you can't put a new one on there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you might be able to put a new one, but you have to get rid of one. You can't use the same device on and off.
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, that's right. But yeah, you can't be put it on and off. Okay, so once it's on, you can't take it off. Is that what it's saying? Or you can take it off, but you can't put it back on.
Probably not.
Maybe something like that.
There'll be something in terms and conditions, so I suggest if anyone wants to use it, have a look at it. Yeah. But it does look like a pretty raunchy deal. So
looks pretty good. All right, we better get out of here because we've gone over time. And I've got essays
I was just
to
checking
write.
the Facebook comments again before we go. No, I think we've got them all through, haven't we, Joe?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Good stuff. All right, so so each Thursday night when we do go live, it's could be just keep an eye out on the Facebook page, just like the page and get the notifications if you want to watch us live to find out when we are on live. It's normally around
between 6 and 6:30, 6:30 and 7 usually.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So you'll see us. Joe pops a little note in there to say that we're going to go live pretty soon. Yes, and so join us live in the live lounge, as we like to call it, the Facebook lounge. That'd be nice. Nice to see you there. All right, so that's it for this week.
What about did you have a look at that WD service remote desktoping thing I asked last week? I think I said to some people go out and have a look at it.
No, I think someone did though. Someone rang me that I talked to and said I think they had a go of it, but I haven't got too much to tell you about it.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yes.
See if anybody out there in Facebook land's kind of had time to check it out and let us know.
Have a look. All right, good stuff. Sounds good, everyone. Thanks for joining us again for another week. Hope to have your company next show. That'd be great. Until then, thanks, Joe. Thanks for coming in. Joe the Gadget Man. You can get Joe at aussietechheads.com.au. You can get Jordan at aussietechheads.com.au. And you can get me at Glenn at aussietechheads.com.au. You thought I was going to say me at aussietechheads.
You can also get me at Jordan at aussieairheads.com.au.
Airheads. Woo. All right, good stuff. Thanks, everyone. Don't forget, we're on the YouTube if you want to have a look at some of the things. Don't forget the show notes. And, other than that, send us an email. We'll see you next week. How good are the Sharks going? Hopefully another win this week coming up, and we got to get to that top of the table in 2 weeks. We can do it. We can do it. All right. See you next week. Cheers, everyone. Bye for now. Cheers. Ta-da.
See ya.
Ciao.